connection here. All right, we're going live. Mike and I are going to dual task here, walking, talking, thinking, discussing,
summarizing, and previewing.
And previewing, all in the beautiful Seattle area. We just finished filming a course for MedBridge. And by the way, if you haven't met Mike Studer, this is Mike Studer. And I have the wonderful privilege to teach with Mike and have Mike teach with us too, many times throughout the year. In fact, as part of our Brain Bites group. You're
yes, that's right. Yeah.
such a
So we'll walk backwards now.
Now we're gonna walk backwards because we ran out of connection that way. This is gonna be really hard, Mike.
It's great. We can handle this though.
Okay, this is good. There's a dead zone right there, so we're gonna keep in a small area, and we wanted to just talk a little bit about what we learned by working with each other and what we taught about in the course that we recorded today. I think it's coming out maybe December for
so
MedBridge.
3-course series primarily centered around functional neurologic disorders. We covered some of the invisible conditions as well, chronic pain, persistent post-concussion, 3PD, and all of those are going to be certainly coming out in the 3-course series. And then, Julie, let's tell them a little bit about our CSM lecture that's coming up in February that'll actually be related.
Right. And I think I thought about this lecture the whole time we were talking. I'm also trying not to run anything because we're walking backwards and talking because
we're walking tightrope and working our head side to side.
This is like Mike's idea of fun. But we are Mike Studer, Chelsea Richardson, and I want to say hi to Brian. Great to see you. We are doing a talk at CSM this year on autonomy. And Mike is gently guiding me
walk forward again
away
now.
from the bushes. And this was a huge theme in the course that we just taught. We're having poor connection here. Beth, we are in Seattle, and we are recording a MedBridge course today, Mike and I. And one of the big themes is the theme that we're going to be talking about at CSM, which was autonomy. I mean, I should have counted it, but we said it maybe 1,000 times in this course, and how important it is, particularly in functional neurologic disorders. But I don't even know why I said that. For everything, autonomy is important. But I think when you have a disorder where your sense of self-agency is part of the dysfunction, autonomy is part of the solution.
Yeah. And we certainly learn from each other in today's course, and we'll certainly apply this at combined sections as well. But in the nature of the invisible conditions, because people can't see what you're going through, just by sheer function of it being invisible, a person tends to lose some autonomy there as well, questioning themselves as to whether they have a real condition and where is it located and will I ever get over it.
Right. And actually, but at the end, we just literally at 5:01, right? Mike finished. And at the end, Mike had a series of clips of patients sharing these, I couldn't even believe what they were saying that doctors had told them about. And we're talking patients who had 3PD, who had chronic pain, who had post-concussion symptoms. You would not believe what they've been told. Or maybe you would because you've been there and you've heard it. But that loss of control and autonomy that has been projected onto them is really astounding. And so I think it was really nice to hear through the patient's words how they describe that. And that really brings me to, if you haven't seen it already, Mike's first TikTok, which we recorded today, and it's one of our reels, so you'll have to check it out and give Mike some love for his first TikTok, was really about the listening. That was another theme. I think if we said autonomy 1,000 times, we might have said listening 1,000 times to match it. And really what I love, Mike, is how much I can learn by listening to you about how to listen and how to reflect and kind of mirror back to a person.
Absolutely. And, that's the exciting thing of neurologic rehabilitation is that none of us know it all. And every individual has something to contribute, and we're all continuing to learn more together.
Yep, and that is it. I think we'll end on that note because my arm is getting tired. We obviously stopped moving.
Yes.
We lost our dual task there. So we're winding down. We're going to be flying back home. Thanks for joining us today. How cool that Beth Fisher is on our live here. So
Love
neat.
to see it.
So neat. Beth Fisher is a mutual mentor of ours, and what a great group. Thanks for joining us live today to hear a little bit about what we're learning, what we're doing. I'm so thankful for Mike as truly being such a big part of my own mentorship, a colleague, a friend, mentor to many, particularly in our learning and our Brain Bites group. So Mike's got another mentoring time coming up with us soon, and I'm pretty stoked on that because it's really going to be about what we talked about today. So if you don't know what I'm talking about because you're like, what is Brain Bites, check out a link in our bio. We're opening up soon, and so you can get on the wait list because we're going to keep that group pretty small so that we all can really get a chance to chat with Mike and learn from him. So thanks so much for joining us today, and have a great afternoon. We're going to join.
Have a great evening.
Look
We're
at
losing
this.
our autonomy because our
Lift is
Uber's
coming.
here. Our Lyft is coming. So it's
We
out of
better
our control.
go.